Welcome back to Saying Goodbye to Gasoline. On today's episode, we're going to be talking all about Sentry mode, and I'm going to be joined by my good friend Jeff W., who helps out with editing, and you're seeing him holding the camera right here. So, Jeff has some nice insights on recording. So, let's get right into it. And this is the beginning process. The thing that I didn't know, you actually have to create a folder that says Tesla Cam, and that on the hard drive is kind of what tells the Tesla, hey, I want to set it up for Sentry mode. So once I did that, I was good to go. I plugged in the thumb drive or the hard drive, and then it recognized, hey, this is the output basically for where we want to save the footage to. So that was something I did not know when I first got my Tesla.
Yeah, that was fairly simple too, just basic file formats. And then here are the cameras on the car. There's, you got four sides. We're showing the side ones. The one that doesn't get shown in this clip is the one on the trunk, but there is one there too.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of other self-driving cars are using things like LiDAR, which is like laser radar, and it's very kind of expensive. It adds a lot to the car. With the Tesla, they just chose to go cameras, and it's just, hey, this is what we already have. Here we're showing the app itself. You can turn on Sentry mode. You can't actually view any clips on the app, but you can turn it on and off from the
and these
app.
icons, and the icons here show like it's recording, and that other one is the hard drive, the square one, right?
And that's how you know it's actually plugged in.
Yeah, and then we struggled with that. That's not in the video to get it to recognize a couple times, but ultimately was pretty simple.
Yeah, and I think that was more the actual drive than the Tesla.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get it plugged in, you can either save the footage or you can view the footage. And that's what we're doing here. We're looking at the footage that I saved earlier.
Yeah, and then viewing it on here, you weren't a fan of the video scrubbing here, and this is me zooming in to show the other cameras. You could tap these squares or rectangles to go to different angles, like you're going to show here in a second, I think. But you weren't a big fan of this scrubbing at the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
it was not responsive. It's not kind of intuitive because, I've been on many different platforms, YouTube. Oh, and you can see where I plugged in the thumb drive, which that was the one that was messing up on us at first.
Yep.
But I don't like scrubbing that's not responsive, and that's even when I'm watching movies on Netflix or whatever. I want to see a little preview of where I'm at, and I want it to be one-to-one response.
And then this here is just, we were using a bunch of different things. We just grabbed an old, or not an old, but an SSD adapter, and you can just plug this right in, if you want 500 gigs solid state.
And that works pretty great because I'm thinking about the heat in Arizona. I'm thinking about, hey, can I leave this in the car? But if there's no spinning discs, there's nothing, moving, then I wouldn't necessarily worry about it roasting or frying or messing up.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is you have plenty of space, so you pretty much never have to worry. You can always leave it in and record.
Right.
And then, this is more just like the clips here, just, us showing. This is pre-recorded video. I thought the video quality was good. You can tell that it looks fine. I think a point that I made in the car when we were watching this back that's not in the video, but your shirt was very washed out. And
the colors.
So the color's not great, but obviously that's not what we're there for. You can see there your shirt looks kind of orange.
Yeah, and it was red.
Yeah, it's in real life. It's really dark red on that. But I think going back and forth through this right here, it's pretty responsive to when you're clicking through. You can there's little lag to go through. See, almost instant. As soon as you tap it, it goes through there, and you can see my stupid phone.
And I was actually hoping that it would just switch on its own, like, oh, I'm detecting movement, so it would go to that camera.
Yeah.
But I guess if you got multiple cameras and multiple movement, maybe that's not the best.
Yeah, if it's kind of all over the place, especially if it's like a tree, shaking or something, it's going to be going back and forth. But yeah, this is just, you can see me on the trunk there. It doesn't switch back.
And that's pretty much it for, like, it shows you what was recorded. And that's the whole purpose, is like, hey, what happened while I was gone? If there's an accident or if there's something that is suspicious, we have all this security footage, and we can save it to a hard drive, a thumb drive, and it's easily shareable, accessible. And each file, or each feed, I should say, each camera feed is a separate file, and we'll see that later when you actually look at when you plug it in. There it is, right there. When each clip is labeled, okay, front clip, right clip, back clip. So that's kind of cool.
And then this is just a fast clip of me going through these files. You can see you testing it in the garage. It went through pretty quickly, just it's a pretty much plug in and play. They're just basic MP4 files, as you can kind of see there if you pause it, I'm sure. And then
so it's pretty simple to set up. Like I said, all you need is just to create Tesla Cam, plug it in, and turn Sentry mode on. So it's just another cool feature of the Tesla and the Model 3. All right, so big thanks to Jeff W. for joining me on this episode, and a big thanks to you for watching. If you want to see more content like this, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can always be notified anytime there's a new episode of Saying Goodbye to Gasoline. Until next time, goodbye, Gasoline.